AITA for doing a motherson dance with my stepmom at my wedding? I am 29M, currently planning a wedding, and we're getting into the nitty-gritty details. For background, my parents got divorced when I was 5. The divorce happened after my dad fell in love with his current wife, my stepmom Alice. They claim they didn't cheat but waited to be separated before anything physical happened. I don't know or need to know whether that's true at this point. My dad and Alice got married and were living together by the time I was 7. They had my 2 siblings within the next 4 years. My parents had split custody and Alice was 100% a mother figure to me. We are very close. She's been there for me for every tough moment of my life. She also helped pay for my college and grad school, which I am extremely appreciative of. My mom is a good mom, but we've never been as close as I am with my dad and Alice. Our personalities are just very different. We're planning the first dances right now and have my first dance with my fiancé, and she has hers picked out with her dad. Her parents are still married, so there's no drama there. Being so close to Alice, I really don't feel right excluding her and only doing a dance with my mom. So I asked her if she'd be comfortable doing one with me as well. She was overjoyed and cried with emotion. I am really excited for it. But once my mom found out, she flipped out. Said I am replacing her like my dad replaced her. I told her it's not a replacement, but she's been so supportive of me my entire life and I consider her a true bonus mother, so I don't want to exclude her. She doesn't want to accept that. Yesterday my aunt, mom's sister, called me and ripped me a new one. I know it's a little controversial, but in my heart it's what I really want to do. AITA for going through with this and having 2 mother-son dances? Personally, I've been to a few weddings with steps involved where there were 2 mother-son or father-daughter. And it seemed really sweet. Not like overkill. I would do shortened versions of the songs so it won't be too long if that matters. Nah. You are allowed to include your stepmom, and your mom is allowed to be upset you are choosing your dad's affair partner. Because absolutely they did not wait to be physical. And clearly didn't wait on the emotional. To be honored the same. And the weddings you are talking about where all the steps are included and honored typically don't involve cheating and affair partners. Nah, look. This is your wedding, and if you love your stepmother then you should absolutely go ahead with that. However, that doesn't mean that you doing what you want isn't going to hurt your mother. It sounds like it will hurt her very much. I can understand her point of view. Whether there was a physical relationship or not, your mother sees Alice as the reason she lost her family. She's probably never going to be okay with that. I mean, think about it. Her husband fell in love with Alice and then you took to her as a bonus mother. Of course that hurts your mom. It's not wrong for you to love Alice. And it's not wrong for you to want to show that. But none of that takes away from your mother's feelings. I could soft soap this for you, but at the end of the day you're an adult and you should do at your wedding what you feel most comfortable with. But that might mean hurting your mother. And with that there may be consequences long-term for your relationship. Neither one of you is wrong here. But someone is going to be very hurt. Nah, my son's father left me when we were pregnant with our first child. He left me for his emotional affair partner when I was 8 months pregnant. They have been together since and are now married. She has been unkind to me. Talks poorly about me in front of my son and has made it clear she is the better mother. Maybe like your mother. I know I'll never have the financial stability to provide for my son like they can, as I spent 4 years trying to recoup on a single income while my husband bounced immediately into a new home where they would made 6 figures each. No matter what happens, I understand that this woman has been a part of my son's life since birth. He loves her. If he choose to have a mother's dance with her, I would silently be a bit sad about it, simply because I know she has certainly tried to replace me. But again, my son loves her and I would try so hard to not show it because my feelings truly don't matter. Please be aware that the damage of an affair never is truly gone. You grow to accept it, but how the other parties handle that affair definitely influence how you move on in the relationship as co-parents. I have no idea how your step treated your mother, but it can impact things for a long time. You have the right to dance with who you like. Your mother has the right to feel saddened by it, and it will likely influence your relationship with her moving forward. Your attitude towards your mother is a bit cold. I suggest you work on your empathy. If you go through with it, you're going to hurt your mom. Whether strangers on the internet think you're an asshole or not is irrelevant. Is honoring your stepmom worth hurting and possibly irreconcilably hurting your relationship with your mom worth it? If it is, go for it. You've already made up your mind. You prefer Alice and your father's family to your mom. I'm sure it was happier environment. Your mom was broken-hearted and your dad got to marry his side. Peace. I'm sorry that your mom didn't take better care of her mental health, because it sounds like she's all alone. YTA. YTA. I was conflicted until I saw your comments. So you love Alice so much BC she bought you off after stealing your mother's husband. And you're just okay with that. YTA. Of course mom is prioritizing her retirement. You abandoned her the same way your dad did. Her support clearly means nothing to you. I really wasn't going with YTA until I read some of your other comments and you were clearly swayed by the money Alice had, and yet again it's buying your favor. I doubt you've even tried to understand your mom or sympathize with her. You clearly never understood or cared how what your dad and Alice did was horrible and how it would have affected your mother. Would you be so willing to accept your daughter's choice if your wife had an affair and she wanted him to walk her down the aisle? I highly doubt it. You do you. But just realize that you're in awe about far more than just this. Not necessarily an asshole, but you aren't looking at it from your mom's paw. Only your own. Your dad left your mom for Alice, no matter whether you believe the BS about they waited until your dad was separated. He left for a specific reason. That being Alice. You like your stepmom better than your mom and she knows that. And now she feels like she is being publicly humiliated once again by your invitation to Alice. I don't blame your mom for her feelings. If that is what you feel in your heart you want to do it. But don't whitewash it with thinking it is sweet. Your mom deserves better than that. Edit. I take it back. YTA. YTA. Please dance with your mom first, give her top billing. Good luck making it work. You said you're closer to Alice than your mom. You're so close to Alice you don't want to fully accept that she had an affair with your dad and that together they ruined your mom's marriage and made her feel betrayed and discarded. I'm sure Alice was there for you in every difficult moment with her wallet and arms wide open. Do your dance if that is what you want. But stop saying nonsense like, it was 20 years ago. That's not up to you. You don't get to decide if she should be over it by now. It started 20 years ago and your mom has had to live with it ever since. She's had to live with Alice taking her husband, Alice buddying up to her son, Alice paying for his education when she couldn't, and now Alice gets to be on the same level as her at her own son's wedding. NTA for not hating Alice. Absolutely the awe for not seeing where your mom is coming from. Nah, just be prepared for this to change your relationship with your mom. It happens. NTA, but maybe do your bio moms dance first. Separate it by the daddy-daughter. Then do the stepmom? Just to give bio mom a little time and to know she is, first. Before the hate comes at me. Just try to be kind. Your bio mom is likely feeling deep down that you are just throwing her away. She even stated it. You aren't, but it still hurts. It is your wedding. You can stage dances with whomever you want. Just be kind in this respect. YTA. But let's be honest here. You have already made up your mind on what you want to do. No matter how this affects your actual mom. You are just here for validation in your decision, and you aren't getting the validation you want. Just go do what you had planned on doing and get off Reddit since you have made up your mind already. YTA. You say your mom is a good mom. Why do this to her? Is it because SM paid for college? Mom might not even show up at your wedding. I know I wouldn't if my kid did that to me. YTA. As someone who has 2 dads and did the special dances at my wedding, there are better ways to handle this. I danced with the dad who raised me for my father-daughter dance, and once he had left for the night, I shared a dance with my bio dad. I didn't want anyone's feelings to be hurt, and I certainly didn't want to follow up the dance with the man who raised me with a secondary daddy-daughter dance. I think it's especially tacky to have a special dance with your dad's AP no matter how wonderful she's been to you. It's also likely your mother is aware of your preference for Alice, and how would all of that make her feel? Her husband and her son both picked another woman to fulfill her role. I don't care if I get downvoted for this one. I call it like I see it, and this is messed up. YTA. That woman broke your family and then wormed her way into your heart with money, and you're saying it puts her on the same level as your real mother? Is she by any chance also involved in paying for your wedding? Imagine your future wife cheats on you with another man, and then 20 years later, your daughter wants to dance with him at her wedding. It's your wedding and you can certainly do as you please. But your mother is still alive and your actions have recrushed her. YTA. YTA. Why do you hate your mother so much to deliberately hurt her? Your father and stepmother cheated on your mother, broke up her family. She had to watch her family get broke apart and not get to raise her child full time. You admit that you prefer your stepmother over your mother. Save your mother's feelings and just tell her she is not invited. She was only the egg donor, and you consider stepmother to be your real mother.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.